New moon sighted. My name is Daniel Vallis from InformedChristians.com, a website ministry devoted to discerning current events from a Christian and biblical perspective. This is a warning, but it is not a prediction. I do not know the future. The new moon has been sighted in Israel, Jerusalem, so this marks the start of the new Jewish religious spiritual year, day 1, month 1. There's a link in the description box to the group that saw it. Now, I do not go by the Barley for the calendar system, but it is interesting that the groups who do follow it, even they are saying that the barley is ready now, and there's going to be plenty of barley for the needed feast ceremonies coming up in a few days. And this is one important aspect of making sure that the calendar system that we use is done according to biblical guidelines, because the Bible puts specific emphasis that the feasts need to be kept in sync with the harvest. So this is one major reason why I reject the rabbinical calendar that says this year is a leap year. It's not a leap year. And it's interesting for those who are going to be pushing back Passover a month, they're going to find barley hard to come by for the first fruits offering and all that, because it's going to be ready here in a few days. I like one observation that this group pointed out. They said, Abib is not a day for barley. Abib is the name of the month of barley. Again, it is so important to have the harvest in sync with the feasts. So when we look at the calendar where we are right now, today is day 1, month 1. The sighting was today. And with the Jewish calendar offset from ours, I'm in the Central Standard Time Zone right now. And from a biblical perspective, they reckon their days from sunset to sunset. So that's why I show the offset. So the new religious year has started, day 1, month 1. And we are here on our timeline that we've been looking at. Passover will be on sunset of the 23rd to the sunset of the 24th. And I highly recommend TorahCalendar.com for keeping track of days and expected sightings. So right now we find ourselves still right between the two bookends that we've been looking at when a lot has been drawing our attention to this time frame. So much going on still. In just a few days, it is going to be Palm Sunday, marking the entry into the Golden Gate, and a lot of symbolism we talked about there. So that's just a few days away. And of course, today is when atonement money was due, the token memorial. We've talked about that before. So there's a lot still going on. So we definitely need to be sober and vigilant and paying attention, because the shadow of the Day of Atonement is coming to meet the shadow of the Day of Passover and the triumphal entry. We find both these patterns and shadows meeting together right now. And it's significant that the atonement was due today. We had been looking at a lot of celestial signs, particularly Venus and the morning star, and the dawning and the night cycle of the year, that type. And keep in mind that's a type and pattern. But we also need to consider that Venus is still the morning star. It's going to be the morning star till June. So that typology is still there. It's still going to be the morning star, but it's decreasing every single day, and it's going to cease to be the morning star around June. So the typology is still there, and a lot over the past months have led us to this point. But then we definitely, most of all, need to keep in mind what I call the elephant in the living room. It's almost a prophetic grenade. The pin has been pulled, it's been dropped in our laps, and really there's nothing preventing it from happening. We're almost waiting with bated breath in the eye of the storm. We've seen all the signs come together. We are just waiting for the application of it. Going back to the picture of Noah when he entered the ark, God had him be ready 7 days before judgment came. And he was in the eye of a storm, so to speak, for 7 days, where they just sat in the boat and finished up little last-minute preparations inside the boat. So they were in the eye of a storm, so we should not be surprised that we are also. But we find ourselves running out of time real quickly. A lot still going on and coming together right now. So let us make sure we are ready, we are watching, we are sober, we are vigilant. We see so many signs telling us and pointing that he is nigh, even at the doors. Maranatha.